Bundy, welcome. You arrived at our club in 1983. You grew up in Dubbo. You played footy in Dubbo as a young fella?
Yeah, as a kid growing up, that's what everybody wanted to do, was play rugby league. And I was fortunate enough to, once I finished in Dubbo, was to get a start here at South Sydney.
You came down here and you arrived in 83, so you're right in the middle of that patch with Mario and Tugger and Dave Boyle and all those blokes I just mentioned. And right through the mid-80s, weren't we? We were always thereabouts. Made the finals a few times, always had a tough pack of forwards.
Always had a very good pack of forwards. We had a lot of belief in ourselves, not just the forwards but the backs as well. We thought we were good enough to possibly win a premiership. Come close a couple of times, but just didn't quite get there.
Mate, you didn't play in that 84 game. A lot of us here often reminisce about that game in 84 at the cricket ground, but we had to play Canberra midweek. Who remembers that? And then we backed up and we played Manly. We gave them 14 start, then they put the stink on. Our blokes put the stink on.
It was a playing stink. Ronnie Willie, he was our coach that year. I played early in 84 and got a sternum injury, so I missed quite a bit of the year. But he used to, we had a game plan, and the game plan was Henry. If the game was getting away from us, he would tell Dean Rampling, that was our front rower, he'd say, just put Henry on the third or fourth scrum. And things weren't going our way that day, so he got Dean to put Henry on.
And so the idea was that get the stink going, bash the opposition, and just change the face of the game altogether.
That was the plan. We always put the stink on, but as soon as the fight was over, we had to switch back to rugby league and play, the way we were, led up through the week. And what it did was put other teams off. They were just trying to get the square up all the time. And we just went back to playing football and won us most of our games.
They were great days, weren't they, with Ronnie Willie as coach? We always, we could always rely on a good blue somewhere along the line. Lindsay Johnson's another name that comes to mind. But most of my friends in here that are around my age always say, "What's your favourite memory of Les Bundy Davidson?" And they always say that old Monday night footy game in the cricket ground against Balmain when you sat Paul Siren on his backside. Who remembers that? What are your memories of that, Ciro?
That was the SCG, wasn't it? Yes. I do remember it. We happened to tour on the Kangaroo Tour in '86 together. We got on really well together. We're still good mates today, but something happened. He might have collected me in a tackle or something. There was a little bit of back play, and we both shaped up and we said, "Do you want to go on with it?" And he said, "Yeah." So we got into it.
After that, you kissed and made up?
Good friends. And even with Roshi, I had a few run-ins with Roshi, but I played a bit of football with him in England and spent a lot of time at his place, and people think we're the worst of enemies, but really we're really good friends.
Let's move forward a little bit from when you finished with our club, and around about the same time as Mario went to Norths and Blakey went to Norths, you went to Cronulla. Now, what happened there?
Well, that was the year the draft system came in for 1 year, and Georgie Pickens actually come to me and said, he said, "The club's got no money here, so we're going to have to let yourself and a few of the other players go." And I really didn't want to leave. So I knew the draft system was in. I had signed with Brisbane Broncos actually, and for me to get to the Brisbane Broncos, I had to sign a clause where I'd travel more than 100 kilometres from home. And the Gold Coast were in the competition as well that year. And Wayne Bennett said to me, he said, "Rather than have you sign that and go to the Gold Coast, where I think it'd be no good for your football," he said, "you're probably better off doing another deal in Sydney." And the man that was looking after me, my manager Greg Willits, he had a close ties with Cronulla, so he signed the deal there.
So I guess we were heartbroken at that time to see Big Bundy going to play for the Sharks of all teams. But anyway, mate, you did manage you managed to play in a grand final, a Super League grand final in '97, and a boy from Dubbo to play in a first grade rugby league grand final. What are your memories of that day?
Well, we got beat, so it's a pretty hollow feeling. And the build-up to the game was amazing. I think we had about 67,000 people at the game. It was played in Brisbane. I think they got a bit of a roll on us early, and we couldn't get away from them. They won, and it's just left a hollow feeling.
So you played a little bit in England. You didn't reach the dizzy heights of a final in your career playing over there?
Me and Phil Blake went over late 80s and played together in Warrington, and we come home, and that was during the off season. We used to play in England, and Wigan signed us up for the following year just for a short period while a couple of their star players played in the New Zealand tours. They happened to win everything that year, but before we come home, they told us that they wouldn't be getting us back because we were on just such a short period.
So you've got a couple of boys of your own now. Correct me if I'm wrong, but one of them does play a little bit of rep footy in the Shire. Is he a big, strapping big forward like yourself, or is he one of these soft backs?
He's a forward. He's got a bit of speed about him, so he could probably suit the backs. He's had a little trouble with injuries at the moment, but he'll be back there shortly.
And Bundy, what do you think of this day and age? A long time since you've retired, and you were one of the hard men. And I say that with a vivid memory of you sitting Ciro on his backside that day, and you played alongside some hard men. What do you think of these blokes today? They come on and off the interchange. Do you think they're as tough as you blokes were back in the 80s, or do you think they're a little bit kept in cotton wool?
I think they're much bigger and stronger than what we were in our day. They're full time. They get the chance to train all day long. So I do see them playing, and sort of, I think the game's not allowed to be as hard as what it was in our day. So I can appreciate the way they play. Yeah.
Do you? I asked this question to Chris Smith, our first guest tonight. If you had a player that you think has to really fire, we had just a dreadful run with injuries last season. I think we had 6 forwards out at one time. But if you could have to pick a player that you think we can't do without in 2012, who would that player be?
I haven't seen much of the Rabbitohs this year, but I really think you need a good halfback, someone to steer you around.
Bundy, we'll just thank Bundy for coming along, ladies and gentlemen, before you go. Who's going to win the run by how many?